Wake Forest deserved to win because they played a better game for a longer period of time. And it's hard to beat anybody when you play about 15, 16 solid minutes. And that's what we did. In the start of the second half to where we got up 7 or 9, we were playing very well. But in the first half, we weren't as committed to what we needed to do with moving the ball at an accurate rate. And we were not as committed as we needed to be on the glass. And we weren't hitting anybody, which was disappointing, and we were trying different guys in that situation. But in the second half, we played like a team that's really capable for about 16 minutes. And then we had some costly turnovers. We had some quick shots. We got away from what we needed to do, and we gave up the dribble too much. And we're not going to beat anybody with 16 good minutes, especially when you come to Maui. So we've got to turn around and get ready here in a hurry. Highly disappointed in some of our efforts, and disappointed in some of the toughness, and disappointed in myself and some of the substitutions. And we'll go back and look at the film and make some decisions from there. But Troy Williams can't play 36 minutes and get no offensive rebounds. He can't do that. And we can't be a non-factor. We can't get out. We knew this team. They're out-rebounded people by 18. They out-rebounded us by 14. Now, in the second half, they didn't. But those stats are a little skewed for us because for the first 16 minutes or so of that half, no, I guess first 14 minutes of that half, 14, 15, we were really good. And then we weren't so good. And we lost this game on offense as much as we did on defense, though they made the big plays. And we didn't guard Thomas the right way. Still waiting for one of our guys to remember that we're supposed to take away his left hand. And we let Bryant have too much room to penetrate. And we did not guard him well on the last play, on the ball or even with the help. So go ahead.
We'll take questions now. Left side, third row.
Tom, forgive me for being a little blunt, but you talked about those turnovers and bad shots. How concerning is it to you that it seemed like it was maybe some of the more experienced guys that were committing some of those mistakes in the last 4 minutes?
Well, I'm going to blame myself because if we're not going to be able to play and read the flow of the game and try to make things that aren't there, then we're going to have to play much slower, and we're going to have to play much more half-court oriented offense. So I'll blame me, but it's not good, and so that's what we have to look at. But we want to play with great freedom, but we don't want to play reckless. And again, just disappointed big time that we got away from what was working because we had momentum going at such a high rate. And as well as they played when they made offensive plays, I think we hurt ourselves as much with half-court basketball offensively as much as they did defend us well at the end. And they deserve the credit. I mean, they played a great game, and they beat us at their strengths. And for a while, we were taking away their strengths and playing to our strengths. And we got away from our strengths, and we let them have their strengths back. And you can't do that against anyone.
Right next to him, third row.
Tom, you mentioned some of the substitutions. Was there one or two you might want to take back?
Well, you can't play guys a lot of minutes that aren't being productive on the glass and aren't being productive with their decision making. So I think that's what it is. I'll look at the film and we'll kind of figure it out from there. But it's not about the statistics. It's about the effort statistics and the hustle statistics. And you can't give the ball away and not take it back from them, especially when it comes to the defensive boards or especially when it comes to getting offensive putbacks and offensive rebounds. And I got to watch the film before I look more at that. But we'll come back with a game plan tomorrow to play a hungry St. John's team.
Right side, third row.
On their points in the paint, were you more concerned about the things that Devin was doing, or was it more about the dribble penetration they were getting that led to some things?
I was both. We didn't play the post-up game the right way, and no question that should have changed defenses on them, and just gone with some of that. But again, I mean, it was things that we just needed to take away a little bit. We just opened up a little bit too much in our coverages on the side pick and roll, which hurt the penetration. And then we didn't get up on their strong hands. And so I'm not sure if it would have mattered zone or man. The zone was a concern because we haven't spent a lot of time at that yet. But You don't want to let them get a running start at the glass. And we were much more physical in the second half, on the glass, but not to the point of winning the game. But we'll see. I'll have to look at the film.
Front row, left side.
That last possession, did you intend to throw it that far down the court, or what were you trying to get?
Yeah, we wanted it. The first look was to get it in the air if we got the matchup that we wanted in the front there, and then we have a play set, and they covered it well. We didn't make a great pass, and we missed the second option. So we threw it rather than waiting for the second option to be there. So.
Third row, left side.
Tom, with that 9-point lead, what caused a transition in momentum from you guys to back to Wake Forest?
Well, I think I just covered it, to be honest with you. We had some turnovers, we took some tough shots, and rather than getting it through the paint. And we were in the bonus, I believe, at the 8-minute mark, and we shot 5 free throws the rest of the game. That's what it is on the offensive end. And then we just gave up too much room on the drives with Thomas and on the glass, and then we gave up too much penetration to the guards.
One final question for Coach. That's all. Thank you for